Audio Jungle.
On the national news this hour from Babangagede Imo Television, first the headlines. Nigeria, Germany signed 12,000 megawatt power agreement. National Assembly lament lack of details, passes bill December 19. Banks fear rush as CBN bars customers without BVN, NIN, April. Were you released to come and start your madness again? Mayeti Allah blast Sunday Igbo. Passport ready 3 weeks after capturing, says immigration boss. On sports, Madugu ready for Falcons' top job. I am Morire Rabila Lawal, the news in detail. Nigeria and Germany yesterday signed an accelerated performance agreement aimed at expediting the implementation of the Presidential Power Initiative to improve electricity supply in Nigeria. The signing ceremony, which was presided over by President Bola Tinubu and the German Chancellor, Mr. Olaf Scholz, took place on the sidelines of the ongoing United Nations Climate Conference in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The agreement was signed by Mr. Kenny Anoue, the Managing Director and CEO of FGN Power Company, and Ms. Nadia Ankasen, Siemens Energy's Senior Vice President and Managing Director for Africa. The PPI, formerly known as the Nigeria Electrification Roadmap Initiative, was the outcome of the visit of former German Chancellor Angela Merkel to Abuja in August 2018. An agreement was signed between the government of Nigeria and Germany in 2019 to improve the power sector. President Bola Tinubu, since assuming office, has consistently advocated the accelerated realization and expansion of the PPI. To achieve this, the project has been a major focal point in 3 rounds of bilateral discussions at several meetings between the President and the German Chancellor in New Delhi, Abuja, and Berlin. Indications emerged on Friday that the National Assembly would pass the 2024 appropriation bill of 27.5 trillion naira on Tuesday, December 19. The Senate and the House of Representatives had earlier on Friday passed the renewed old budget for the second reading. The Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barao hinted during the plenary that the budget might be passed by the lawmakers on December 19 before embarking on their Christmas and New Year break. During deliberations on Friday, senators applauded President Bola Tinubu for his good intentions for the country, but some lamented the failure of the executive to provide the details of the budget. The budget was passed for the second reading and referred to the Committee on Appropriations after being put to a voice vote by Barao, who presided over the session. The budget is hereby referred to the Committee on Appropriations, and the committee is mandated to submit the report to this chamber on December 19, Barao stated. The President had on Wednesday presented to a joint session of the National Assembly the budget, which he named Budget of Renewed Hope. Tinubu pegged the budget deficit for the 2024 fiscal year at 9.18 trillion naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria on Friday directed commercial banks to bar customers without bank verification numbers and national identity numbers from having access to their account from March 2024 by putting a post-no debit restriction on such accounts. However, bankers gave the directive that would likely lead to a rush by desperate customers to regularize their accounts in the coming weeks and months, adding that this would put pressure on employees to register the customers for the BVN, while the National Identity Management Commission offices and centers would face a similar situation for the NIN registration. A senior official of the Tier 1 Bank in Lagos told one of the correspondents that the directive would sanitize the industry, although it would exert considerable pressure on the banks. The official said many customers are careless by ignoring the directive to link their BVN to their account. With the directive of the CBN, they will now be rushing to get their BVN so that their accounts will not be frozen. The truth is that many banks will find it difficult to cope with the anticipated rush, as we have lost several key employees to the Japa syndrome. A bank manager of New Generation Bank, who also spoke on condition of anonymity, said if the rush of customers without BVN and NIN was much, the leader would have no choice but to extend the working hours for its employees and might consider working on Saturdays and Sundays to clear the backlog. This, he noted, would put pressure on the already stressed employees, adding that it could also lead to a narrow scarcity. The national president of Miyetti Allah Kautal Ore, Abdullahi Bello Bodejo, has dismissed the notice given by Sunday Igboho to Fulani elders to quit Yoruba land. Bodejo insisted that Nigerian constitution has given every citizen the right to live in any part of the country and pursue his or her legitimate endeavors. Speaking during an interview, the Miyetti Allah leader claimed that some people were trying to use Igboho to heat up the situation. Bodejo urged President Bola Tinubu to use security agencies to call Igboho to order. Nigeria has a constitution which gives every citizen the right to live in any part of the country to pursue his or her legitimate endeavors. So Sunday Igboho was released to come and start his madness again and start giving some people quick notice. It seems that some people are trying to use him. If he were from another country, he could have been ignored. But since he is a Nigerian, he is supposed to know that Nigeria has a constitution that says everybody has the right to stay anywhere in the country. However, if that person commits any crime, the security agencies are supposed to arrest and charge him to court. The Nigeria Immigration Service on Friday said that barring unforeseen technical issues, Nigerians would get their passport 3 weeks after the day of submission of the application. The Controller General, Mrs. Caroline Adepoju, disclosed this on Friday while speaking to newsmen at the unveiling of the Igbobo Passport Front Office in the Igbobo Bayeko Local Council Development Area of Ikorodu, Lagos State. Adepoju, who said the opening of the office was our first assignment after a confirmation as the substantive Controller General of the NIS earlier on Friday. I can tell you, barring all technical problems, you should be able to completely apply for your passport and within 3 weeks, you should be able to get it. She said it was important for every applicant to register with the same records they had with the National Identity Management Commission, as their national identity numbers would be linked to their passports. There was pandemonium on Friday when a faction of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, stormed the National Hospital, Abuja, to attack 2 injured members of another faction. Information gathered that the 2 injured members were undergoing treatment following injuries sustained during an earlier clash between the factions. Several patients were forced to flee their hospital wards and beds following the violent attack by the NANS factions. Police officers, however, maintained and intervened by manning the National Hospital and dispersing the rioters in a bid to restore law and order. According to information, police officers were deployed to the central area where the hospital and the International Conference Center are domiciled on Friday. Security sources revealed that a fight had earlier broken out between the 2 NANS factions on Thursday, and the crisis continued on Friday, leading to violent attacks that left some students injured and hospitalized. The 2 injured NANS members were later taken to the National Hospital for medical care, and members of the opposing faction stormed the National Hospital on Friday in a bid to attack the injured members of the opposite faction after learning of their whereabouts. Meanwhile, the platform gathered that, following credible intelligence, operatives of the Department of State Services had on Thursday intercepted some NANS members and recovered 2 pump-action guns and cartridges from them on their way to the convention. There was commotion around Mission Road in Oredo, local government area of Benin City, Edo State, as a wheelbarrow pusher killed a tax collector. The yet-to-be-identified wheelbarrow pusher stabbed the tax collector to death before killing himself. The incident was said to have caused residents and shop owners to hurriedly close their shops. This was after an argument between the wheelbarrow pusher and the tax collector was over alleged refusal by the former to pay 50 naira daily tickets. Angered by the argument, the revenue collector reportedly kicked the wheelbarrow containing bags of items. Responding, the wheelbarrow pusher brought out a knife and did the act to the tax collector till the break last. Information reported that the wheelbarrow pusher later stabbed himself to death on the neck after realizing the tax collector has passed. On sports, Super Falcons interim coach Justin Madugu says he is ready to take the job permanently if the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) offers him the opportunity. Madugu, who on Thursday led the Falcons to a 5-0 defeat of Cape Verde in the first leg of the last qualifying round for Morocco 2024 Africa Women's Cup of Nations has steered the team to victories on all fronts in the absence of substantive coach Randy Waldron. Madugu said coaching the Super Falcons would be a great honor for him, adding that he has the quality to lead the team back to the top of African football again in Africa. Nobody will be unhappy to work for the progress of a team in any capacity. I will do my best to lift the team if given the opportunity, he said. The situation of Waldron is uncertain, as neither the NFF nor the coach has come out to say if he is still manager of the Falcons. The 67-year-old led Super Falcons to the last 16 at the Women's World Cup in August, but the American has been missing in action since their elimination at the hands of England in Brisbane. According to information, the NFF issues with Waldron divided loyalty as he combines a Nigerian job with working for the University of Pittsburgh. A source from the NFF said the coach appeared to prioritize his other commitments in the United States. With that sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Nigeria, Germany signed 12,000 megawatt power agreement. National Assembly laments lack of details. Passes bill till December 19. Banks fear rush as CBN bars customers without BVN and near April. Will you release the comment start your madness again? Miyetti Allah leader blasts Sunday Igbo. On sport, Madugu ready for Falcons job if given opportunity. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Babagide Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Mo Ribila Lawal.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.